And the second backup thing to that was the Bill of Rights, which told the government what it can't do. And what we're seeing the government doing everything to the contrary. So, real quick, I wanted to, let's actually look at the definition of what republic is. According to dictionary.com, it is a state in which the supreme power rests in the body of citizens, the power to vote, and is exercised by representatives chosen directly or indirectly by them. Not direct democracy, like a lot of these welfare recipients want to have. And the Democrats are always capitulating and always catering to the poor and to the downtrodden and say, hey, we can do this for you by taking money from Warren County and giving it to them. Did they earn it? No, they did not. My mom spent 25 years in Section 8 housing management. Let me tell you what, she would tell you stories as a taxpayer that would just turn your stomach inside out on how it's abused, on how the women are abused by drug-dealing men, and how some of the police officers won't even bother going into those areas because they're just so riddled with drugs and drug dealers. So, one of the things that I see, and I talk to most people, just everyday people, blue-collar guys, much of us don't have alphabet suits for, degrees and everything like that. They have a problem with Republican brand name. They don't trust them much. And we see leadership in Congress such as John Boehner. Every time he goes nose to nose with Obama, Obama knows he just has to hold out, and Boehner will capitulate. And we can't have that type of leadership in Congress, and certainly not in the great sovereign state of Ohio. We are states, not zip codes within the federal government. And we need to remind them that every day. Madison and Jefferson proved this with the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions, that we've given power to the federal government from the states. When they abuse that power, we take it back. We take it back. And we're doing that with nullification. People are finally starting to understand what nullification is all about. We see states such as South Carolina getting ready to abolish Obamacare through nullification through its entirety. They're one step ahead of us. We have states recognizing gold and silver as legitimate currency within those states. They're becoming fiscally sound because they'll be able to have gold and silver equally exchanged between their citizens, like it should be. So these are some of the things that I'm standing up for because I want to see candidates, and I've heard many of you speak tonight, I want you to see candidates that believe in the American dream. They believe that just blue-collar people like you and I can step up and say, you know what, I don't like the way this is going. I've got kids. I want to make sure they have a chance for a future. And I do that because I feel that there may not be a job for them in the future. And I want to make sure Warren County is an excellent place to start for the simple fact that we have excellent hearts and hard-working hands in this party that do it every single day in this state. I see it every day. I read the newsletters from many of you. And I want to make sure that when we have an opportunity, State Central Committee, to appoint somebody, someone that actually stands up and says, this is what I'm going to do, and do it. I saw it in the Warren County Central Committee when we had between McGarry and Fornshell. We had to make a choice. And I tell you what, I sat down with Fornshell at lunch one day, and he told me exactly what he wanted to do. And I have to give him credit. 75% of everything he told me, he's accomplished. So I feel my vote wasn't wasted. So when I list my voting record for my constituents to see, I make it plain to see who I voted for, who I did, and why. And I want to do the same thing on the state level, because I feel that some of the Republican leadership has gone astray. And when they do go astray, we need to hold them to account. And those that actually stood up to stop the expansion of government, such as Ron Madden, we need to endorse him for his candidacy and not throw them under the bus. They stood up to make us small government, not just smaller government. And this is the basic consensus I hear from everybody I talk to every day in the workplace. They don't trust Republicans because they say one thing, they get in office, do another. And I know many of you people who have been elected in office, I've seen your reports, I've seen your voting records. You have done a fantastic job. Sheriff Sims has done an excellent job as sheriff. He's done excellent work trying to expand the jails, but at the same time, make it fair for people to get out of the system. And we need to do that by lowering our taxes, eliminating the state debt, and making sure we put people in positions of power that listen to what we, the people, say. So like I said, I'm looking for your vote, and I want to make sure that when I go there, you know you got strict constitutionalist Jeffersonian Republican that's going to stand up there and say, candidate A, candidate B, what's the difference between the two? I will make the best educated voice possible. Thank you.